The announcement imminent that migrants who have crossed the Channel will be housed in future on disused Air Force bases, military bases, and on repurposed ferries berthed in various docks. This is something that could have been done long ago, and that I presume was not done and was not announced by Jenrick earlier, because the desire was to build up as much resentment of people in hotels and this illusion that people who had crossed the Channel and were, quote, illegal migrants were being housed in five-star hotels. Well, the BBC puts up a picture of a hotel, the Holiday Inn Express, which looks like barely a two-star hotel. It is the most shabby, unpleasant-looking place. I remember staying in some hotels when I was coming up to the Circle, and just after I'd been on the Circle, and I was put in hotels regularly. The hotel of choice that the production company seemed to bung me in was a thing in a chain of hotels called Novichok. Novichok? Novitel. Novichok is a poison, a radioactive poison, dispatched by Mr. Putin in Salisbury and various other places, though I think probably it's quite an appropriate name for the brand of hotels. It is the most dire brand of hotels, and I'd never stayed in such hotels before. I hated it. And the Holiday Inn Express looks significantly worse than they did. I cannot imagine that it's a blessing to stay in one of these hotels. The giant barge capable of holding hundreds of people, yes, that's also a possibility. But these things, as I say, could have been rolled out at any point in the last couple of years. They weren't, because I suspect the Home Office was wanted to make this into a sensation and wanted to create as much fuss as possible. It's done so, and it's now wheeling out its flagship plan, the illegal immigration bill, which will be pointless. It will drive up serious objections internationally. It will not achieve its objectives. It is simply window dressing, and it is a vengeful, horrible piece of legislation that must be resisted at all costs. It is not a solution to the housing of migrants in hotels, because that was never a problem. That was a form of theatre, and the migrants were the pawns, the individuals who were pushed into performing like that, much the way that Nero pushed prisoners into performing death scenes on stage. It's shocking.